Hello, my name is Carter Jones. I'm the president of the board for Coastal Outreach Soccer. I want to start out by thanking United Way for allowing us to submit a grant this year. I also want to thank them for the money and the funds that they provided to us over the last 2 years. Today you will hear about Coastal Outreach Soccer. You'll hear from Neil Dawson, who handles our finances, as well as a coach of the program. And then you'll hear from Sean Williams, who's the executive director, who will provide more background on the program and talk about the services provided and the things that are going on and the future things that we're going to do. So we'll start out with Neil. And Neil, if you could provide us with some finance information and tell us how Coastal Outreach is funded.
Thank you, Carter. We are glad once again to be privileged to come before you. United Way has funded Coastal Outreach Soccer on 2 previous occasions. We're looking forward to a third. Our growth has been exponential in terms of how many children that we serve. We have been funded in the past by several grants that we have written over the years. Philanthropists have given, community groups have given to our cause and help us to be able to raise funds to fund this program.
This is Sean Williams. He's the executive director of the program, and he's also the one who started the program. So Sean, if you could you walk us through why you started Coastal Outreach Soccer and who the program services?
The program, Coastal Outreach Soccer, was started in 2004 to give kids that live within the city limits of Brunswick access to a soccer program, to be able to engage them and provide services that they needed. And the other reason for the program starting in 2004 was the impact of graduation rate within our community. So we have been able to build on those 2 principles to grow from 15 students in 2004 to serving over 238 students this past year.
And what in particular are the service areas for this agency?
We have several service areas, and those comprise of our physical fitness, which is our soccer component, our academic support, which we provide tutorial services to the youth in the community, as well as leadership and development through our life skills programs, our mentoring, our peer-to-peer mentoring, as well as we do college and career exploration as well.
Sean, we see that you have the academic center and then you have the field out here at Howard Coffin. But what are other sites that you go to and you do training and interact with kids?
During the season, and when we're talking about season, we're talking about the fall and spring season particularly, then we will provide services at our elementary schools. So particularly our Altown Elementary School, we'll go over there and provide services for them doing their after school program. So there's a partnership there. As well as then during the summers, what we'll do is that we partner with several agencies that already have summer programs. The Glenn County Recreation Department here at Howard Coffin Park, the McIntyre Court Boys and Girls Club, the Roosevelt Lawrence Community Center. They have summer programs where they have kids that are interested in a physical fitness piece that is related to soccer. And so those kids, we are going over to McIntyre Court and providing those services, and Roosevelt Lawrence Community Center and Howard Coffin Park summer kids are coming over out to the field here and get that service provided too. So we are always seeking opportunities to partner with agencies or other organizations to be able to deliver the service where the kids are currently at.
And since last year, we have moved into a new center, in a new building. Could you tell us about the building, kind of how it came about, what purpose it serves, and you know how we use this building and what the plan is for it going forward?
Yes. Okay. We're August of this year, of 2018, we opened the academic center with a school system that donated a portable. Since then, we've been able to move it onto the Howard Coffin Park property, as well as go through and do several thousands of dollars of renovation to the building. The building currently is, so we've completed phase 1 of this project with the renovations, And so that has allowed us to reach out to our 6th to 12th graders to be able to come in Monday through Friday to receive academic support. We've done math workshops over the past year. We currently have 20 Chromebooks that was through a grant that we were given to be able to purchase those, so that we are eliminating the gaps to technology. And we are using those Chromebooks in several areas with our literacy component, with the Read Theory program that is in line with the Lexile points that the school system used to determine reading levels for the students, as well as Khan Academy with the math approach that we were able to provide that service online, as well as we are doing math instructions individually for students as they come in. And we also have recently started our book club with the young ladies that we have, with a partnership with Delta Sigma Theta, as well as one of the assistant principals in the school system. And we have partnered with the College of Coastal Georgia that we started our STEAM program last week, where the kids are starting to do coding. So we are using the academic centers really become a hub for services, for us to be able to have parent meetings here, our social activities as well. And so it gives the kids a place to be able to come to after school, and there's no charge for that service to them.
And since this time last year, the academic building isn't the only new thing. How about you tell us about any new partnerships or programs that you've established over the last year?
Okay. And so that one of the other partnerships with the College of Coastal Georgia has been, we've always looked at our health component and how do we continue to develop that from our training program that we have for the kids in place, and being able to accurately monitor that. So with the partnership with the College of Coastal Georgia Exercise Science Department, we've been able to have their instructor, one of their lead instructors, as well as the students that are taking exercise science class, to be able to come over and to do pre-assessments with our students, as well as post-assessments with our students. And then we've also then purchased a biomechanical device that our athletes will start wearing, and so that we are able to measure things like their heart rate, their core body temperature, so that we can see the effort that a athlete is putting in, and how we need to adjust our training sessions to make sure that they are physically ready to compete, and that they're also learning about their bodies. One of the other partnerships that's come out of that has been with the health system, and allowing one of their athletic directors, athletic trainers, to be able to come over and also provide some education for us, as well as for our students, on just how they can help maintain their bodies.
And so now you have the building and you have all these programs in place. Would you tell us a little bit about how you go about recruiting kids for Coastal Outreach Soccer?
The recruitment process is, first line of recruitment is our school system. We really depend on our guidance counselors, our parent involvement workers, teachers, and principals to look and see kids that may need the services that we're providing, and for whatever reason that may be. And so that's our first area of recruitment. The second area is the current participants. They go out and they recruit their friends and family members to come and be part of our program, as well as then we use social media as a means of recruitment as well.
So can you tell us, now that you have the kids in the program and we're doing all these different things academically, health-wise, how you go about monitoring and tracking the outcomes for each player, each student?
Okay, well, we have first thing is attendance. We track attendance to all of our activities to be able to see who we're engaging and who we're not engaging during that process, as well as we will then use the athlete monitoring program that we started using last year, that a lot of professional clubs as well as colleges are using, so that we are getting feedback from the athlete on how they're enjoying the session and how difficult the session may have been for them, so that we are able to understand how their bodies are feeling, and we have a wellness check We have a question for them to answer if they had breakfast before they came to training, so that we are looking at if their bodies are ready to perform a certain activity that we will have them engaging, or if we need to provide that athlete some rest. The other component that will be paired with that, of course, would be the bioharnesses that we're now using, and Indiana University uses the bioharness. Michigan State is using the bioharness, as well as a lot of the military and firefighters in a lot of communities are being able to use it. They've used the bioharness with the Chilean miners rescue as well. So we are looking at the most innovative technology that we can bring in to provide that feedback to our students, as well as our coaches, on how we continue to be able to monitor their progress and to be able to give accurate assessments on the outcomes that we're looking to measure. On the academic side, we collect their report cards so that we can see at 4.5 weeks, 9 weeks, and at 18 weeks on how our students are performing and how we can support them to improve their academic performance as well. And then with the lifestyle levels that we get from the school system, or having the students take the read theory assessment to determine if they're on the appropriate reading level, and then if they're not, how do we get them there to be able to support them in their efforts. And we do a thing of just explaining to all of our students, as well as to our parents, that this is going to take time in order to be able to increase those things or to improve them. So we are looking at kids being involved in our program for a number of years. We are hoping that they will be with us from the time they enter into the time that they graduate, so that we are able to continue to monitor change over a number of years.
Speaking of graduation, could you tell us about the graduation rate and what it's been over the last few years for the kids that are in the program?
Since 2014 was our first graduate, and since that time we've had 26 students to graduate from high school. And that's at 100% graduation rate over since that time. Students have also received over $257,000 in academic as well as athletic scholarships since that time as well. And so we track them after high school to continue to see how that we can assist them in their young adult lives, and so that we continue to help them through that transition. We were able to have our first alumni dinner this past Christmas, and so it was great to see the young men as well as our young ladies come together, and just to see how well they're doing after high school, and whether they're employed in the community, in college, or in the military. It was just great to be able to fellowship with them and to be able to continue to just keep track of their progress.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Muhammad. I'm a freshman, soon to be business major at the illustrious Fisk University. I am midway through my second semester of college right now, and I've been a Coastal Outreach Soccer player for 14 years. I joined when I was 5, and ever since then, Coastal Outreach Soccer, or my involvement with Coastal Outreach Soccer, has been a great experience, learning more about the game of soccer over time, as well as learning about life and how to be a great person and to carry oneself in the real world. Coach Sean, even now to these days, the players that he has now back at home, I'm sure he's still working with them, working with coding and math homework and things like that, making sure that they're well-rounded people and they have everything that they need to be productive. And all the coaching staff back in Brunswick, Georgia, I'm sure they're still working towards that goal of producing more and more of what I've been blessed enough to become, and that is a college soccer player with an opportunity to build my life into something better, with or without soccer.